Let's go. So this week we're doing I tried doing a live Instagram with mixed success results because it was going well, and then I had a phone call and it knocked out the audio. Now it could have been me. I might have hit the microphone button or something when I was trying to press no on it. So yeah. Anyway,
went about as badly as the Patek launch.
Well, good or bad, depending on your view on it. So yeah, we're doing this. We haven't been able to do a YouTube video this week because I've been ill. Producer Gerald has been ill, and where we normally film, people are ill there, so it hasn't been possible. So you got this instead. So this is going to be a mixed thing, and I've also got my son with me, so I'm like, looking after him as well at the moment. So if there's any weird screaming noises, I don't have anyone tied up in the basement. It's just my 5-month-old son.
I hope he wouldn't be screaming either.
He's all right. Well, he does scream like a girl, but that's another conversation. Right, so let's get into it. First of all, what have we got in the shop? I'm going to keep it quite quick. We've sold loads of stuff, so there isn't stock in there. But today we did just drop a beautiful and stunning Rolex Datejust 36mm. It's September 2021, full set. Now, what's special about this one? All right, just lob. Is that it's got a green dial. Everyone knows green in this, but certainly with Rolex, are all in demand. It's a full set. It's got 4 years warranty. So. Well, you've got the watch at the moment, Gerald, so
beautiful.
And I can't get it back at the moment because
It's mine. All mine. You can't have it.
So, exactly. So, yeah, that's cool. Now, this watch is 11,300. As we know, pretty much every selling over retail. What are you crying on me for? 1 second. Apologies. Anyway, so yeah, that's price-wise, it's 11,200 if you're paying by bank transfer, so it's below retail price. It's like new. It's been worn literally a handful of times, so get in there. And also as well, I did a thing on Instagram from Chrono. They're selling about 13,500. This average price is 14,500. Ours is the cheapest worldwide. The cheapest that I can find out of ours, 11 grand, is 12,000. What's all that weird? What are you doing there?
I'm not doing anything.
Weird noise. You need to mute your microphone if you're just going to sit there.
I will mute mine again. I'm doing absolutely nothing.
There you go. That's better. Okay, right. It's actually weird now. You can put it back on. Right. So what I want to talk about, Patek, their 5711, which, according to their CEO, president, whatever you want to call him, Thierry Stern, said, we're never doing it again. It's discontinued. We don't want to be known the one-trick pony for our Nautilus.
Never.
After he says that, they do one last run with a green dial. Okay, fine. Okay, so you didn't mean it. You're doing another one. Now they've brought out another one, and he said this time, oh no, this is really it. Like, I mean it this time. There's going to be no more.
Won't happen again.
Yeah, exactly. So he's done it with Tiffany, which Patek have a long-standing relationship, 170 years as it happens, which they'd like to tell everyone. Now, the major thing for everyone, really, I guess, is the dial. Now, it's done in Tiffany blue. They've never done that before. Although Tiffany sell Pateks with their Tiffany & Co. stamp on, which always fetch a premium, they've never done it in their colour. Now, the colour is very garish at best. At worst, it's awful.
It's not standard Tiffany, is it? It's just not.
It is. They're saying that it is the Tiffany blue colour. Oh my God, Henry, will you stop that? So yeah, I don't know. From pictures, it looks awful. Personally, for me, I don't like it. What's worse to me, and has been picked up by some people, is the case back. It's a sapphire case back, always is on the Nautilus, but they have stamped a whole load of crap over it. Have you seen the back of it yet?
Yeah, it's not great at all.
So you got Tiffany & Co. and Patek written on there. I mean, I don't know why you need that, because it's already on the front of the watch. So it's not like you're going to forget. Then they have to put about the 170th anniversary. If they had to put that on there, why didn't they just engrave it onto the, the back of the case back? That would have made more sense. Yeah. Then they've got to put 1851 to 2021 to commemorate the 170 years. But where it gets really gross is that in the one of 2021, they've inscribed LVMH, which is Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy Group. Nothing to do with Patek, by the way, but LVMH just recently bought Tiffany's, and apparently this was a celebratory gift from the Stern family to LVMH.
Sounds more like LVMH trying to make the most of their purchase.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, obviously, some of the well-known brands under LVMH is like Hublot, Zenith, Tag Heuer, Bulgari, I think, as well. So I don't get it. I don't see the point in it. The case back looks like, I'm trying not to swear so it doesn't have to be, bleeped out. But yeah, I don't get it. So pretty much, anyway. So the retail price is a very cool 53 and a bit with change $1,000. Let's call it $54,000. It's more than the standard 5711 when that was available, but as it's a special edition, that's normal for Patek, and I think perfectly fine. I mean, if you can get one of these, so the 170 they're doing, Tiffany will allocate them as they see fit, and let's be honest, they're not going to get a scum like us. So at $54,000, it's a steal, because the 5711, whether it be the green or the blue dial or white dial, whatever, is doing way over that. So there's going to be, they've given one to Philips to auction off, and it's going to be going to, all the proceeds will go to a charity of Tiffany's choosing, which is, I don't know, hugely important it is. I can't remember the name of it now. I'm just trying to look through the article. So at this auction, we're going to get an idea of the market value. I don't think it will set the actual market value because it is for charity. So I think there'll be an element of that. So, but we'll get a gauge. Now, the 5711, the first that got sold with the green dial by an auction house, I think it was Antiquorum. I think that was who it was. They accidentally left the buyer's name available to see, a guy called Gregory Powell. Who's been absolutely rinsed, and I'm pretty sure he's never getting a Patek again. He made a $400,000 or 400,000 euro profit off that watch. So if he did it off that one, what is this going to fetch with a Tiffany stamp on it, the Tiffany color, and it's a limited edition of 170? I would have got to think it's got to be about, I reckon it could be $1 million.
It's definitely going to be double, surely.
What double what? What?
Yeah, double what he took. Yeah, for sure. So, listen, would I buy the watch? Hell yeah, if I could get it at 54,000, because I'll flip the damn thing, make $1 million, buy a mansion, and retire buried in coke. Obviously, the sort of coke that you drink. Obviously. Do I still get my commission off that?
Yeah, I don't see why not. If I'm making $1 million, you can get yourself a small apartment, in the nearby poor town, wherever I bought my mansion. So, yeah.
Sounds good. Good deal. I'm glad we've got that on record.
So, yeah, good luck to them. I mean, certainly congratulations to anyone who gets one. I just don't look at the back of it, I guess. And, what was interesting, so on everyone's been writing about it, but the Hodinkee article is written by John Booth. That's how you pronounce it. But Hodinkee are known to always write favourably about everything, and this article is written favourably about them. But he says in it that he had to spend an hour looking at pictures, and he still couldn't decide on the dial if he liked it. So what that means in Hodinkee language is it's awful, and he couldn't, even with all of their bias. They couldn't even write that they liked it. So
it's because it's a weird colour. It's not Tiffany. Maybe it's the new LVMH Tiffany colour. I don't know. I don't like it.
Tiffany's colour, but it looks wrong. I don't know. Maybe it's the pictures. Maybe they've turned up the filter on the, someone snapped a few pictures on their iPhone and, you know, hit the saturation to maximum, and or use like the auto thing.
That's possible. I've definitely never done that before.
Exactly. Yes. Sorry. Someone keeps lobbing toys. So yeah. Anyway, that's all I've got to say about it. I'm most looking forward to the auction, and I want to see what it hammers at. So yeah, that's cool. The other new release recent-ish new release is Breitling have brought out a new range called the Super AVI series. Back end of November, so not too long ago. Now, when I first saw the pictures, I was like, it's a good looking enough watch. It's a handsome looking chronograph. They've got some panda dials going on with green, black, blue. It looks reasonable enough. Now, case back again. I mean, listen, they're subjective. I don't like sapphire case backs, especially, I mean, if it's a really highly finished movement, okay, fine, whatever. There is one on this. The movement is nothing special to look at, and they've stamped a bloody plane on the back. It looks like it's just a little sticker gone over it. It looks awful. So I get that it's a pilot's watch, but do you need to put a plane on the back? No. And then
I think they know where they are and what they're doing.
Exactly. They're going on about, you know, they've done it after 4 planes, okay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. They're, you know, heritage, fine, okay, whatever. Pass on. The damn thing's 46 millimeters. Now, I know that there's going to be people saying, yeah, but pilots' watches have always been big. They used to be that big in World War II. Well, maybe that's because that's when people were flying planes in the middle of the night with no electronics and, you know, guidance systems and God knows what else. And I get that. But in this day and age for consumers, we're not using them as pilots' watches in the 1940s or 30s, whatever. It don't need to be 46 millimeter. There's very few people that can wear a 46 millimeter watch and it look good, right?
I think it's fair to say any actual watch, you know, tailored towards a specific profession, 80%, maybe 90% of owners aren't of that 90 persuasion. Pilots aren't wearing Breitlings most of the time. I don't know how many people who own a Mariner are actually deep sea divers. Let's be honest here.
You're buying it because either, you know, you're buying it primarily for the aesthetics. You know, people who say they're just buying for the movement are generally talking rubbish. You're buying for the aesthetics, and you're buying for, you know, what it stands for. You know, its original purpose of being a tool watch. And I get that. I've got dive watches. I've got Black Bay. I've got Hydra Conquest from Longines. I've had
No. How many Speedmaster owners are actually, or Daytonas are high level racers? I think you've muted me again.
So yeah, I think they shouldn't have made it. In the comments, they're getting absolutely battered on Hodinkee. And one of the first comments that comes up, which I completely agree with, is someone's like, if this was 41 millimeter, I'd be all over it. And I agree. I think, would I buy one anyway? Probably not. But it's a good looking chronograph. They've put some thought into it. The dial is attractive.
I do like what they've done on the sub dials. That's quite nice.
Yes, it's cool. You know, about the planes, I couldn't care less about. They've got a GMT model. They got, you know, stainless steel and they're rose gold. Yeah, I mean, fine. But yeah, the size. Someone needs to tell George Kearns, who heads up Breitling. He took it over a few years ago. He messed up, in my opinion, and only that. He messed up IWC making huge watches. He got rid of some really good ranges in there. And he's doing the same with Breitling. He's done some stuff which is kind of good at Breitling. They're a bit more relevant than what they were. But 46 millimeter, dude, no one's wearing these. You know,
it's weird. It's like they think it's their niche or something and just not listening to anyone.
We went to Bicester Village recently, me and you. We went into, they've got a Breitling store. I mean, first of all, the fact that they have to have a store there. Now, Bicester Village, it's a high-end discount shopping village, right?
Yeah, so that's exactly. And there's nothing at full price.
So the fact that they even, well, no, everything's for sale, on sale. The fact they even have to have a shop there tells you one thing. You don't see Rolex there with discounted watches. And then we looked at them and, like, you know, the Breitling watches,
They're well made. Some of them are good looking, but they're so big. I mean, literally, they're like that thick. You know, you put it on your wrist, and it's going to be like hanging way over. I mean,
it's like a shield.
Yeah. So, they were awful. You can't wear them. You know, even if you wanted to buy one, you can get a good deal on it. Great. But they're just too big. Thankfully, they do others. Like, for example, the Super Ocean got relaunched. If it wasn't this year, it was last year. But the one that I would buy there, and I would buy it, is the 36 millimeter. They market it as a ladies' watch, which is nonsense. I think, you know, brands should move away from that sort of concept. But yeah, I'd wear the 36 millimeter one. It would be about the right.
It would make a lot more sense, and it fits the kind of the chronograph style a lot better.
Yeah, they're 41, 42s. They're probably all right. They're still on the big side to me, but that's just my preference. But I can get people buying those. And they make good you know, Breitling have been known for chronographs for a long time. One of the things that all chronograph watches, they used to be mono pushers, you know, start, stop, reset. And Leon Breitling was the one that was like, let's stick a reset button on it. And he was certainly the one anyway that popularized it at the time. So, you know, they've got a history of chronographs. I think that's it. I haven't got anything else to say on Breitling or Patek. One of the things I am enjoying though on Instagram, one of the things I love about it is all the watch memes accounts and some of the memes that are coming out on the Patek. It's getting absolutely rinsed. But listen, we're all just jealous because, you know, I'd buy one. If Tiffany
we'd all buy one if we could. That's the real reason for the jealousy here. You can rip into them because no one's got skin in the game.
Exactly. I mean, listen, could I scrape up the $54,000? Yes. But I'd be doing it to flip it. It wouldn't be because I like the watch. I mean, maybe I would, but then even if I did like it, there'd be that thing in my ears, like, flip it.
You'd never keep it. It could be your favourite watch and you'd never keep it.
What if it sells at the auction for $2 million? Come on. There's going to be some like Middle Eastern billionaires that want this watch. And it's only going to be sold, I believe, through Tiffany in New York, Beverly Hills, somewhere else. I can't remember. Maybe it's just LA. Is it on here? I think it is. Blah, 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 blah. Blah blah blah. I don't know. It's somewhere there. I can't. Obviously, you look for it and you can't find it. Victory lap.
It's because they're blocking your IP.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah. New York, Beverly Hills, San Francisco. Anyway, on to my point is there's going to be some billionaire out there. There's only 170 of these that wants one, and they will pay anything for it. So, yeah. If anyone wants, in fact, and they want to sell it to me and like make yourself a cool $1,000. Yeah.
So you've just given the game up saying what it is going to go for.
So,
no, it's not a big profit. You just like the watch.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. I'm a collector. I'll keep it. So yeah, that's about got new watches dropping, hopefully, but FedEx. Oh my God, I don't know what's going on with FedEx worldwide at the moment. I've had one watch which has been stuck with FedEx now for 2 weeks. It's not moving. I've contacted them and they're like, basically, to summarize their point is, sorry, we're busy right now. We'll get to your package when we've caught up because of the huge demand worldwide. Like, oh my God.
To be fair, even Royal Mail's being disappointing lately. I mean, we've got that special order coming in. That's still sat in the mail centre for day 3 now, I think it is.
Yeah, there is an amount. I guess it's that, like, it's probably around the peak time for online ordering for Christmas. And especially, obviously, in the part of the world where we are, although we're not locked down, they're putting a lot of restrictions on shopping and whatnot. So people don't want to go into physical locations, you know, with a cloth, you know, wrapped up around their face. So people are obviously buying online more. And everyone's at home more, so yeah.
Yeah, can't be
anyway.
Helped. Do you want to talk about your Solarbeat at all?
Yeah, oh yeah, we could talk about the Solarbeat. So, the honeymoon period is over. We were shooting some pictures of it for the video, and I bought this watch for me, and that's still the intention. And someone was like,
there's a scratch on the glass. And I was like, there's not. It's a sapphire glass. They don't scratch very easy. I mean, they're apparently scratch resistant, but that's nonsense. They do. Anything can be scratched. So I get the loop out, and there is a foreign object stuck on the underside of the dial. It could be a bit of lint. It could be the pube of a Swiss watchmaker.
It does sound worse when you say a foreign object.
Yeah.
It's a very small
Well,
pube.
it's something, right? It's tiny, so it's either the tiniest bit of hair or lint or something like that. But it's one of those things that once you've seen it, you cannot unsee it.
That's what happens when you go out buying fake Solarbeats, because you know they haven't released anywhere yet. You can't have got it out of that boutique.
That's the next bit of controversy. It is legit. Otherwise, I'm sure I'll hear about it very soon. I contacted Cartier in London and was like, listen, I need to use the warranty. There's this thing on the dial. And they come back and they're like, you can't have a Solarbeat. We haven't launched it. And I was like, well, I do have one. It's come out the Madrid Cartier boutique. So anyway, they set it up for me to go to a authorized dealer who doesn't actually sell them. So shout out to locally, to me that is, but they are a Cartier dealer. So shout out to Mappin and Webb. They looked after it very professionally. It's gone in under the warranty claim, and I'm due to have it back on the 27th of January next year. But it's obviously, there's so many rumors going around about the Solarbeat, and those rumors are along the lines of it's going to come out in January, which sounds plausible. It's a limited edition, which Cartier haven't said that, or it's going to be limited production, or they're not going to do it, is the more extreme one. To me, I don't think any of those are right. I think Cartier are going to do it because it makes sense to use that technology and replace the quartz technology.
Yeah, I've seen a more extended version of the whole limited edition thing that they've actually just changed their minds and they want to go back to quartz.
I don't think they'll do that. I think there's production delays. So I do think it's going to come out. I think you're going to be able to get it easily. At the moment, though, you can't. I'm not going to say you can't buy one because people have said, "Oh, they're not out. You can't buy one." I was like, "Well, I literally just did a video on it. I've got one." So they are, but there's only a few out in the world. Obviously, I've had people offering to buy mine, but I'm not selling it. Especially if it is impossible to get in the future, because one, I wanted it, and two, I'm I like the odd pound note. So if I'm going to get rid of it, I'm going to capitalize on it, not just sell it. I mean, I had to pay over to get it as it was, so I've already paid a premium. But I don't think any of that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a standard release production model, and you're going to buy them. You're going to be able to buy it online all day, every day, like you can do the Cartier tank in quartz. But it's a bit disappointing because, their quality control is lapsed. I mean, it's certainly one of their cheaper watches. It's over £2,000, over $2,500, whatever. I don't know. So it's not expensive, but the quality control was not there for it to get out of the production facility, factory, whatever you want to call it. How did it make it out with that on the dial? No one checked it. Cartier,
to be fair, it took my terrible eyes to spot it, so maybe they need to get blind people checking these things.
You saw it with your naked eye, yeah, and then obviously I looped it to get the full detail, but it was visible with the naked eye. And if you're still paying several £1,000s for something, and your Cartier, which is known for its its eye and its quality, I don't know, someone should be getting fired. Especially if I want to make a video about it, which I don't want to knock Cartier, but we'll see how they handle it.
It might do well for your balanced reputation.
What, to knock them, or to do a video?
To knock them, for all the abuse you get for being a fanboy, it might balance things out a little bit.
That's why I'm talking about it, but I want to wait and see how Cartier deal with it. Will I get it back at the end of January? I mean, I think by that point it's going to be out. You're going to be able to buy the thing, and I paid a bloody premium for it and had no benefit.
They're going to quietly slip you a quartz one
with the diamonds on it. That would be nice. But you mean the watch? Swap it out for a quartz one? Yeah,
no,
probably.
You probably wouldn't spot it.
you would spot it, because the first thing I'm going to do is loop the hell out of it, and you'll see it on the dial, because it's got that kind of sandwich looking dial that you can see it's subset in the numerals, because obviously it's like the dial on top of, you know, that whatever the hell you call it, the solar panel, whatever, underneath. So yeah, you'll spot it. So yeah, that's that. It's a bit of a shame, but what are you going to do? Try about it.
Nothing again, Cartier.
What I've done to make up for it, though, is, although I've hit a slight snag on this, is I've bought myself another Cartier in the meantime. So I've gone with something very modest and subdued, under the radar. I've placed the order for it, but then got told they don't have it. So we'll see if that comes through. Let's wrap it up. Comment below with whatever your thoughts are on any of that. If you agree, disagree, I'm happy to hear it all and discuss it. Check out the web shop, robinhenrywatches.com, and our Instagram, Robin Henry Watches. Cool. We out. Ciao.